Tonight, from GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle. Come They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And right away, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Jake Moody now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco and the offense.
Aspect of being a coach, because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something, let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
That'll be caught by Rice. No gain, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell.
Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level? And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Elijah Mitchell hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. And out come the Chiefs now. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. You look at this Niner defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Held them well under 200 yards of total offense. In today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
Well, partners, the first quarter too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Now back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. Now they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. This fielded right at the goal line. And he is out of bounds here. So a change of possession here. On the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12. A big first down to get away from the end zone. Running left, here's Mitchell. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Once again, it's Mitchell. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. The Niners at 12-2 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now, because to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way, because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
13 yards there and a Niner first. A handoff, McCaffrey running right, and little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Purdy will set up to throw it here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Here's Pacheco once again, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now Moody for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. An extra point try now for Moody. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes now on first down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll check this one down to Pacheco. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender and work to the defense's advantage on that play.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Mahomes to throw once more. Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. He'll return it from the 6. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, They might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. And this pass caught by Gray. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was the Dolphins who were able to pick up the victory at home. Tua Tagovailoa, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Devontae Adams, well over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Desmond Ridder, 4 touchdown passes in the victory.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
On second down, here's Mitchell. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Right back to Mitchell here. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Now Samuel. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Davis-Price up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now Mason. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Drake Jackson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick look on the slant, it's Gordon. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at the 23. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Samuel. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This is Samuel. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll take this close to a 1st down at the Chiefs' 31. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Play action, now Purdy. Gets it out wide to Davis Price. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Mason. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run here with Mason. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Davis Price is in. Touchdown 49ers.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. KC's offense ready to take over. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Mahomes now on 1st down. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw, it's Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce. And Kelce's going to have a Chiefs 1st down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Quick slant to Valdez-Scantling. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Now here's Mahomes. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Mahomes complete to his tight end. It's Kelce. And Kelce's going to have a Chiefs 1st down as he'll get this down inside the 35. And again, it's Mahomes. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. One final try for Mahomes. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. For the winning team here, Charles, and that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't know.